So much crazy NFL action from yesterday to digest. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome into Undisputed. I'm Jen Hale here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe. Gentlemen, how are we today?
I'm doing good. Got me another 3 cases. I'm good. Thank you, Giants. Old football Giants. How you doing, Skip?
Nobody cares about any of that.
Yeah, you do.
All anybody in the whole wide world cares about is, how about them Cowboys?
Pick the Bengals.
I'm never going to pick. I told you I'm never going to pick my Cowboys again the rest of the year. I promise you. I vow I will not pick them again because I will not jinx them again. But I told you what was going to happen with my backup quarterback. We are back in the saddle, baby.
This man picked the other team.
So did you.
I did.
So did you.
But I ain't celebrating.
Yeah. Okay. I told you what I'm going to do. No more jinxing. I got this.
Okay.
I got this.
Now,
Yep.
now you watch how you come in here next Monday. Them no good for nothing Cowboys. I'm done with them.
Somebody across from me is in big trouble.
Oh, I feel good. I feel good. Anybody want to order some
Well,
do?
how much do you trust Cooper Rush going forward now?
2.53.
2.5?
Yeah, 2.5. 2.5. Skip, it was one game. Look, I think the thing is, look, they did not win this game because of Cooper Rush. Their defense, again, was outstanding. Held them to 17 points. Held the previous team, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, to 19 points. And they got after the quarterback. Skip, I hate to say this, and I hope it does not happen. I hope I don't speak this into existence. But they're going to make Joe Burrow Andrew Luck. There's no way he can take those kind of... Skip, he's on sack to get sacked over 100 times in a season. I mean, you tell me the protection, Skip, you've ever seen where somebody leaves the best pass rusher on the opposing team unblocked. And that's what they kept continuously doing.
Well, they didn't continuously, but they did. There was one for sure where they just flat out whiffed.
Well, how about they left a lot of other people unblocked also? But back to our originally scheduled program. It's not like Cooper Rush lit it up. Okay, if you want to say last October on Halloween, he played really, really well, threw for over 300 yards, okay, I give you that. But yesterday, he was 19 of 31. He was 3 of 10 on third down conversion. So that's not lighting it up. Did he put together a great opening drive? Did he put together a drive at the end of the ball game to get him in field goal range? Absolutely. But it's one game. Outside of Jason Garrett, that was the only opposing coach. That's the only other team or coach from another team that wanted him. He had to try out for that. The Cowboys invited him back. He had to try out to be on that. There's a reason why he's been a lifelong backup. A lifelong backup. Every other team had opportunities to sign one Cooper Rush, and they balked at that opportunity. We saw Geno Smith on Monday night. Light it up. Hey, they wrote me off. I ain't right back. How he looked yesterday? Because that's what he is. Backups are backups. They can do good for a game or two or maybe 3 or 4. But if you're trying to move forward and say, you know what, we good. You know what, Dak, we're going to sit you on ice, take your time, get ready, and when you come back, your job may or may not be here, you're fooling yourself. You know that, I know that, and that's what we do. We see backups come in and have one game. Once team get tapes on them, no. So to answer Jen's question, I'm going 2.5. I might be willing to go to 3 because it was impressive. I'm trying to figure out how did that ball come out of his hand. I don't know. The last pass that he threw to Noah Brown over the middle, did it get tipped or did it come out his hand just funky? But anyway.
Tipped. It got tipped. Sometimes you're living right.
Oh, that's what it is?
And Noah went and tracked it down because he had to divert his route to go get it.
But you know what I'm thinking, Skip? I think the connection, it seems to me, now maybe I'm just the only one, but it seems to me Cooper Rush has a better rapport with Noah Brown than he does CeeDee Lamb. And I think that comes from, guess what, Skip? All the practice time. When they're going on scout team, guess who Noah Brown is running routes for one Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush is throwing routes to throwing balls to Noah Brown. But give them credit. The Cowboys won this ball game. Their defense was outstanding. They played together. I mean, Gallup almost hit his head on the goalpost, but at the beginning and at the end, when it really mattered, I'm going to give Cooper Rush credit for that. That opening drive was a thing of beauty. That drive to get them in field goal range was a thing of beauty. But if you're trying to move forward, I'm talking about go a long distance forward with Cooper Rush, it's not going to work out.
So are you willing to predict right here, right now, he'll get exposed a week from tonight at Giants? No. Are you willing to?
No. The question was on scale of how much do you trust Cooper Rush going forward? Going forward, which means in the future and beyond. So Dak, let's just say for the sake of argument, Dak doesn't come back for 8 weeks. You'll be very disappointed. very, very disappointing. Now, you're playing a Giants team that's very good defensively, but they're challenged offensively. So, again, back to our normal schedule.
Okay, but if they're very good defensively, then Cooper Rush should get exposed at Giants. They're the hottest team in the league. They're the biggest surprise in the league. I need you to put your money where your mouth is.
Are you putting your money on Daniel Jones? Daniel Jones, you see what Daniel Jones is? Daniel Jones is a guy. He happened to be playing a worse guy than he was yesterday.
Daniel Jones actually made a couple plays yesterday with arm and legs.
Skip, I'm not giving guys credit that was drafted in the top 10 credit for making a play here or there. But back to your Cooper Rush. Okay, keep on. You do realize in his first 2 drives, he put together 2 75-yard drive touchdowns. The last 8, they scored 6 points. That's the guy you talking about. Oh, he's going to the Pro Bowl. That's the guy I want to build my house on that solid foundation.
Did I say he was going to the Pro Bowl? No. Did I say I want to build my house on that foundation?
Then, put your money where your mouth is.
I'm about to.
Okay,
it's about to be my turn. And by the way, to the one point you made it completely out of order, you said that he has a better rapport with Noah Brown than CeeDee Lamb. He threw CeeDee 11 balls yesterday, and CeeDee caught 7 for 75 yards.
How many Noah Brown? How many threw Noah?
For 5.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
He threw CeeDee 6 more balls. So it's clear where he knows where his bread is buttered, unlike my starting quarterback who doesn't seem to understand that.
Think about that. He threw him 11. He caught 7. He threw one guy 5. He caught all 5, and all 5. One was for a touchdown.
Yep.
It seems to me, if I'm throwing you 15 balls, you only catch 6. I throw another guy 8 balls. He catch all 8. Who do you think I have a better rapport with? It's not that complicated.
Okay. And by the way, I've told you before about Noah Brown. I can never get out of sticks in my craw. The night that he had against my Oklahoma Sooners on a big national TV game night in Norman at my stadium, he caught 4 touchdown passes from J.T. Barrett. They were 4 yards, 8 yards, 21, and 37 yards as they destroyed my Sooners 45-24. That was Baker Mayfield, who then got revenge by planting the flag at the Ohio State the next year. Now, back to our regularly scheduled program. Now it is my turn.
Okay.
I tried to tell you and the world all week very long, and it was a very long week. You better not bet against Cooper Rush. Super duper Cooper. All of a sudden, you're rushing to judgment that my Cowboys are done. And you went pretty far. I kept trying to hold your feet to the fire. Well, I don't know, because you're afraid of them, because you know they still got a lot of firepower even without Dak Prescott. But I think you said they were going to miss the playoffs. I'm pretty sure that's how far you went last week.
The division. The division, the Washington Commanders, the Giants. Come on, Skip.
Yeah. Wait a second. The Eagles, the Giants, the Giants are back, baby. Big Blue is back. Okay, that's all I hear. I don't know. They are the talk of not only the New York town, but the world. Everybody's talking about the Giants.
Nobody believes.
And now this is going to be one of the biggest ratings of the year. My Cowboys back at the Giants, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cooper Rush, the Red Rocket. He is a guy that I told you from the start I do trust in the biggest moments. And it wasn't just one game, it's 2 games. Against Kirk Cousins on the biggest stage on Sunday Night Football at Minneapolis on Halloween night. He lit him up for 325, and I said, that is legit. He has been in this system for not 2 years or 3 years, 6 years he's been in this system. He knows it inside and out. He knows it just as well as Dak knows it. To your point, he's been running scout team with Noah Brown, so he's got that. That's his fallback, and it was very interesting to me that who's Dak's security blanket? It's Dalton Schultz. They put the franchise tag on him, and Dak should get about half the franchise tag because Dak made Dalton Schultz.
Yes.
And then who nearly lost the game for me yesterday? There was one turnover in the game, and it was committed by Dalton Schultz. And the point that I believe you are missing is, yeah, they went boom, boom in those first 2 drives, and then all of a sudden they started playing not to lose. Let's let Zeke just pound out the clock here. Let's take the ball out of Cooper's hands and put it in Zeke's hands or Tony Pollard's hands. And they went forever. They just didn't unleash him again until that fateful drive, which was late in the 3rd quarter. They finally unleashed him, and he hits a big 14-yarder to CD, and then he hits a 9-yarder on 2nd and 8 to Dalton Schultz. He's absolutely fearless, and he's poised, and that's a great combination. Is he the most athletic? No, he is not. Does he have the biggest arm? No, he does not. It's just an average arm, but it's an accurate arm. And he has a feel for reading and dissecting and anticipating and getting rid of the ball quickly. It looks good to my eye. It feels good, and they like him. And what did CeeDee Lamb say after the game? We have the utmost confidence in Cooper's ability to lead us in the 2-minute drive at the back end of a game. For him to come through again and come out victorious, that's Cooper Rush for you. I believe he spoke that from his heart. I think those receivers trust him to get the ball in the biggest moments, and that sets up a 50-yard field goal. And thank you, Brett Maher. I didn't have to go Brett the Fret. He nailed it from 50, and it looked like it would have been good from 60. For a second, I thought it was a little push right, but he hit it so big and high that it clearly cleared what would be, as we were looking at it, the left upright from the back of the end zone for the game.
The Bengals thought he missed it also because they started to sell it at
Yeah, okay. But he boomed it, and it definitely stayed straight inside that, if you look on from his view, inside the right upright. Okay, now, what have I told you? What have I preached to you all preseason long? I told you again and again. My team ultimately will go as far as Micah Parsons and my defense carries my team.
You just hyped Cooper Rush, though.
Okay, I did, but you have to have somebody at the trigger. You have to have a trigger man you can trust to make the throws when you have to make them. Dak didn't make any throws against Brady on opening Sunday night.
You believe Cooper Rush would have beat Brady?
I think we'd have much. I think we wouldn't have scored 3. I think we might have scored 17, maybe. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Against that defense, you was going to score 17.
I absolutely do. Because we got some weapons.
Okay.
And by the way, we might have Michael Gallup back for the game next Monday night in New York. That would be interesting. Back to Micah Parsons, 11 from heaven. Shannon Sharpe. He has changed the way my team plays defense. I've told you what was my line to you again and again in the preseason. When they walk out of the tunnel, they look around and they think, wait a second, we have Micah and they don't have Micah because Cincinnati doesn't have Micah because I don't think anybody has Micah. And I'm here to say it one more time. He is becoming, right before your very eyes, more valuable than Aaron Donald is because he can edge rush. He flies off the edge. He spins off the edge. Even when they stick him in the A gap, he creates havoc. Would you believe they pressured Joe Burrow 15 times yesterday, and 10 of those involved guess who? 10 out of 15. He got 2 more sacks. I think he's going to lead the league in sacks. I told you he's going to win Defensive Player of the Year. He is a force of nature. He's hard to control. And even when you do control him, Joe Burrow was seeing ghosts. He's looking over his shoulder. He's looking side-eyed. He's looking out of corners of both eyes for where is 11? Where is he coming from? He disrupted the best young quarterback to me in the game, and it's hard to do to hold him to 199 yards passing. It is just hard, and it's because of Micah Parsons.
The offensive line is actually worse than it was last year.
Well, we'll see about that.
Skip, what you mean we'll see? The man has been sacked 13 times in 2 games.
Okay. Well,
what do you mean we're going to see?
They tore it up and started over.
Okay,
we'll see.
Look at Lyle Collins. How did he look yesterday? Look at that offensive line, Skip.
Yeah, what did Lyle say after the game? And he knows what he's talking about when it comes to this. He said, that's one of the best defensive fronts we'll see, if not the best. I think it's going to be the best that they see.
Okay, so is he going to say this every week? Because you gave up 13 last week. You gave up 7 sacks last week to Pittsburgh.
Yep.
You gave up another 6. How many more pressures? So is this? I don't want to hear that from Lyle Collins. I just paid you a ton of money. I just paid Kappa and all these guys a ton of money. I don't want to hear nothing about no good front. I need you to get your ass down there and keep these guys off my franchise quarterback because you're going to force him into early retirement.
Well, they might have almost forced Brady into early retirement the week before because they were all over him all game long, and Micah got him twice. So that's 4 sacks in 2 games. He could add 6 or 8 sacks if you just get there at the right place, right time. He is changing everything for my defense. He is lifting all boats. He's inspiring everybody around him. And he was raving after the game about the play of the game, which was the 3rd down play on the Bengals' final possession. Well, they were because he's not a tackler, but he got inspired. He got lifted. He's got to make a play.
The man had his back turned. I mean, if you miss that play right there, I mean, you're not worth a whole lot. The guy had basically running a flat route. He has his back turned to you, coming with a head of steam. He can't stop. He can't do anything for you. He can't do anything to make you miss him. He got him off the field. He got him on the ground. That's what you want to do. That is a routine play that sometimes we see guys do not make the routine play, and it gets a first down. Give him credit. But let's not make it seem like it's the greatest tackle in the history of the game.
Okay, for him, it was a great tackle. For my team, it was a great tackle. It was inspirational because it was a game they just had to win at home to get back afloat. And my favorite stat of the day was Would you believe my team averaged 5.7 yards per play? Would you believe Joe Burrow and his offense averaged 3.8? That is a tribute to Micah Parsons. It's a tribute to everybody on that defense because they all played their tails off. But it's hard to do that.
But Skip, the question was, you keep hyping about Micah. You keep talking about your defense. The question was on a scale of 10.
Okay, I answered the question. What are you talking about? There are two sides of the ball.
No, they were
obviously.
Okay, how do we feel about the Cowboys?
I told you I picked them to win the division. I picked them to go 12-5. I picked them to go to the championship game because ultimately of my defense.
The question is about Cooper.
Everybody said they were dead. You said they were dead. Now you're trying to say, well, I don't know. It's about the division.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10.
Baloney, it's about the division.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you trust the Cowboys?
Okay, I'm a 9 because I got them going 12-5. I like this quarterback.
Because you hadn't answered the question about Cooper Rush yet.
What are you talking about?
So you trust Cooper Rush at 9?
Sure, I do.
Okay.
I told you that all week. But it's a duh. I don't even need to answer. It's the question I answered before it got asked.
But you picked them. You picked the Bengals.
I told you I'm not going to pick them anymore. Don't give me that baloney.
That's what you're giving me, baloney. I'm not going to pick them. I don't want to jinx them.
What did I tell you? Wait. What did I predict before the year started? I said this is going to be a top 5 defense. You laughed at me at top 5. I don't see it. They're top 5. Did you see what they did to Tom Brady? Did you see what they did to Joe Burrow?
It seems like everybody doing it to Tom Brady. He's averaging 20 yards passing.
Seems like they're 2-0.
Oh, no. So now they're 2. So now, now it's a team game. Brady averaging 200 yards passing the game. Now it's a team, but we'll get to him. So now all of a sudden, I told you the Cowboys. What happened to the Eagles? I thought the Eagles was so tough.
They're really good. Yeah.
They so tough, the Eagles.
You like
I told you my team going 12.
We got a big game. I can't wait to hear how you pick this one because you picked Kirk Cousins to go to the championship game.
I didn't pick him to go 16-0.
To the championship
I didn't pick him to go 16-0.
Well, wait a second.
I didn't pick him to go 16-0.
So they're at Jalen Hurts.
So,
you don't like Jalen. You told me Jalen Hurts can't play.
It ain't got nothing to do with it. That's not what I said.
Okay, so
that's not what I said.
Kirk Cousins should be able to beat Jalen Hurts tonight, right?
That's not what I said.
Jalen Hurts.
See, what you try to do, if I pick somebody to go X, I didn't say they were going 16-0. I didn't say Kirk Cousins was going MVP. Okay. That's not what I said. Unlike you, they try to dress it up in a nice little bag. Oh, the Cowboys, I like Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons. The question was specific.
Well, obviously that's the start, and then you go to the other side of the ball.
We talking about Cooper
I like
Rush.
my team.
No, Cooper Rush.
See, I like this. Here's an explosive offense that came to town.
Explosive.
Big stage. All they did was almost win the Super Bowl. Aaron Donald was real lucky that they couldn't block him at the end because they
can't block anybody. So have that same energy for your Cowboys.
Okay.
Thank you. They couldn't block Aaron Donald, and you just said Micah Parsons is as good, if not better than Aaron Donald.
Joe Burrow went up and down the field against the Rams. He couldn't go up and down the field. Yeah, he did.
How many points he have?
Well, I don't. There was one bogus call
but
on a pass interference.
That's bogus.
Yeah. And yet yesterday, longest throw of the day completed by Joe Burrow was 19 yards. See, you can live with that. There's no splash play. There's no play. And longest run of the day was 12 yards. Dan Quinn's defense hangs in. It is tough to move the ball against my defense. I finally have a legitimate defense.
I mean, you had 337 yards. Let me ask you a question. If you average 337 yards a season, for the season game, where do you think that's going to put you?
The Bengals almost won the Super Bowl last year. The Bengals win and beat your homeboy at his home.
And
beat him.
And homeboy beat your Cowboys.
Okay, so what?
Okay, so
that was
what?
Last year.
So you brought it up.
Okay,
you brought up last year talking about they were almost won the Super Bowl.
I did not. Wait, I'm talking about a team that just almost did win the Super Bowl.
That was last year.
Okay, but the defense is back intact, completely back intact. You saw what they did to Patrick Mahomes.
What did they do?
Well, and what did I tell you? The problem with yesterday that you're not going to see going forward because they're going to have to get together and say, we got to trust this kid more than we did. They shut it down. For the whole middle of the game, they just shut it down. And then when they finally said, okay, let's unwrap him again. Let's let him throw 14 yards to CD, then 9 yards to Dalton Schultz, and he fumbles.
So let me get this straight. I want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly. So when Dak Prescott is fully...
They tried to hand it to Zeke and let him hammer out the rest of the game.
When Dak Prescott is fully healthy, you're perfectly comfortable with Cooper Rush moving forward.
You mean if he's healthy?
When Dak Prescott is fully healthy,
Okay, that means he's going to have to be able to grip and throw the football.
Jerry Jones said he could easily be ready by week 3. So they didn't put him on IR, so he doesn't have to miss those 4 games. When Dak Prescott is ready to return, you're perfectly okay with Cooper Rush being the quarterback moving forward.
No, I'm not. I didn't say that.
Why not? You just told me all last week this man is just...
Everybody said they were dead.
I don't care.
You said they were dead.
What did Bayless say? I don't care about everybody else.
I already said we can beat the Giants. We're highly capable. We're highly capable of beating the Commanders.
So in other words, deep down inside, you don't got no trust in Cooper Rush.
We're capable of going to the Rams and winning a game with Cooper Rush. We can beat anybody with Cooper Rush.
Let me tell you what Skip Bayless said about Dak Prescott when Tony Romo was injured. He said Dak Prescott, when Tony Romo is back, I would like to see Dak Prescott keep the job. That's what one Skip Bayless said. Now he's saying something totally opposite when last week the man just said Cooper Rush is as good as...
I was the only one in the world who said he could win games for this team. I was the only man on earth. You going to give me credit for that? Did you have any faith in him? You had no faith. You wrote him off. You said they were dead. I would go listen to my podcast. Go listen to the top half. Go listen to the first 15 minutes of my podcast and see what I said.
I mean, you also said last week that Cooper Rush was as good, if not just as good as Dak Prescott.
I didn't say that. I never said that.
Okay.
Right now, it's clicking. I can tell you this. He's better than Ben DiNucci. He's better than Garrett Gilbert. And you know who he's better than? Andy freaking Dalton. He just got more electricity. They love him more. They feed off him.
And he's better than Baker Mayfield.
Okay. Is that all you got?
No.
Is that all you got?
That's all he's better than Baker Mayfield.
All I know is the Cowboys are back.
Yeah, back where?
Yeah. Right back in the saddle.
Really?
Right where we need to be.
What
back where we are.
What place are y'all in the division?
I don't care.
Oh, no, you don't care. Now you don't care.
Oh, wait. Are you saying they're not going to win the division?
All I said, I just asked a simple question. We're talking about right now. Where are you?
It just doesn't matter. We're in the catbird season.
Guys, I got to jump in.
That's all we are.
Skip, a big congratulations.
You know it, and I know it. I got you on the run again.
The next test for your Cowboys comes on Monday Night Football. That's going to be a primetime spotlight. And then the Bengals face off against the Jets. Joe Burrow and that offensive line going to see if they can address issues.
No.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.